dudes out there. What's going on?
Used to be second sex to the grass in between my classes, trying to stretch a bag of bags as my fingertips and got ashes. We stuffed the corners with cabbage and burned the tips of the plastic. Saran wrapping zips in the kitchen, making a sandwich. Carolina Street, I'm active. I'm posted, controlling traffic. Trap, dreaming, lean. I'm pouring while willing foreigns on campus. How can I be born? Got foreign shit on my mattress. Cameras on my phone.
What's up, Silent?
Play with alpacas. Relationships get torn in case you've been misinformed. Once upon a time, my self-esteem wasn't on. Fat women, I would charm. Drop dick on them with their cars. Hide the pack inside their homes and their names activate phones. Straight up, I got strong. Bless the child who hold his song. B.O.N. Big old nigga. Talk to me, you watch your tone. Pockets was out of pocket, but nowadays I've been clocking. Garage like enterprises, it's safe to say I got options. Relationship had a heartbreak, nowadays a big driver. Took myself out when shopping and then I forgot about it. Everything in perspective, I know I'm special, got power. Anybody in my presence respecting how I be rocking. Any attitude, the Uber maneuver you from around me. I don't need nobody, please leave me just how you found me. Tan sweats and white tees, how I be when I'm lounging. Your bitch kinda like me, keep away for a pounder. Watch I add the icing on the stove baking brownies. I could break a brick down, turn a bitch into ounces. Watching on the camera, trapping inside a house.
How's your day been?
Trapping from off the couches. Watch I put my wrist down, jumping back.
What's up, man?
Shorty getting dick down, Plaga receiving counseling. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes. Cuckoo rubber band, get only rapping what I live out. Need a transgender on my hip, she got a dick out. Not in the superstition, I don't listen what I hear about. They talking this subliminal shit.
I don't remember hearing that the first time I heard the song.
Pull up by your chick house, turn it to a clip.
What's up, Angela? How you doing? What's up, Melanated? I'm only gonna be here for about an hour. How's everybody doing out there? We'll get about 15. We're gonna talk about toxic family members. Toxic family members. How to live with your toxic family members. Oh, let me share if you care. Share if you care. I'm good, Angela.
Looked at him like he had shit on him. Diamonds go to dancing when you look at all that shit on him. I be out in public moving solo with that poker face. Say he want my head, bitch, it ain't difficult to notice gates. He know he ain't dead, so he go places where he know it's safe. I run up a tab, then go blow a bunch of racks away. I go on the app, then go throw a bunch of slams away. Junkies on my ass, caught a blast, all they know is gates. God. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes.
Appreciate the share.
Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes. They say a bitch nigga tryna take mine, put his brake line on the flat. Came through the pipeline on the grapevine, I'm a lifeline, that's a fact. I I check her mouth out with a flashlight, search a nightgown with a strap. She might just eat dick with a razor and her mouth bite down on the back. Might put some Visine in your drink while you sleep, rip you out a couple racks. I get you tied up, make you watch a real killer, hit your wife from the back. Know where your crib at, get your kids snatched, big bride say I'ma get you whacked. Don't know the whereabouts of my warehouse.
I'm reading the question. What's going on, Vada?
I wasn't supposed to be here. Yeah, I heard there's a bag on my head. That's why I'm posted.
Change the energy up.
Go on the stage, no, I'm controlling in here. Yeah, I go everywhere by myself, so you might not notice the kids. Big hitter for the cartel. Big hitter for the cartel.
I PM you, but got no response. You did? I got you. What's up, man? There you go. What's up, man? What's good? Thank you, King. I appreciate that, Key. What's up, Londa? Finally got my Zyrtec. How about yourself? I'm good. I'm prepping for an answer to a question, so I'm just doing it in this format. And so, toxic family members, right? I'll go ahead and just kind of warm up, right? Toxic family members, man. I guess the bigger question is, what's toxic, right? You know, we're so used to labeling things, right? So we can have identification to stuff. What's up, Yolanda? And when we see something that fits this definition, we label it, bam, toxic. And so toxic and development for what I'm going to suggest, toxic is anything that pushes against your will on being received or accepted as an individual, right? And the repetitiveness of that action. And that's from anybody, right? That's from anybody. With people who are not our family members and not per se our significant others, you know, not being in their life is a little different, right? But if you have a mother or a father who's toxic, how do you survive? How do you live in such an environment? And, you know, everybody's got different cases. Everybody's got different situations. But if you have a toxic family member, just consider these like tips. The first thing you must be able to do is know that you are safe to express how you feel in any situation. They're your feelings. And you must be able to express your feelings to that man or woman or whoever it is, especially when it's someone like your mom or dad. Now, whether they accept it or not, that's on them, and we'll talk about that. Because in this relationship, you're going to have to make choices where you're literally setting standards, or in this case, boundaries. Remember, in an unhealthy relationship, and a toxic relationship is an unhealthy relationship, you have to set boundaries. And this is where boundaries are the most powerful. But behind these boundaries, ensure that you're not toxic yourself when that wall comes up. You can love anybody unconditionally despite the conditions they are in. Henceforth, the term unconditional love. You can love anybody in the most deranged position. That doesn't mean that you allow them to hurt you. That doesn't mean that you sit there and receive abuse. You say ouch. You go get help. You seek advice. You look for mentorship. You look for a therapist, a psychologist, a best friend, your barber, whoever. You don't sit behind this wall that you built to put safety between you and this person, and then you beat yourself up because you feel like that you can't be expressive with your love. And the case of the matter is that you can. If someone is hurting you because of what you're doing, and you know you're not doing it to hurt them and to hurt yourself, then you have to respect them when they do things. Here, make sure you hear it. You have to respect them on their actions. Don't question them. If they're unkind actions and you know these actions are unkind, and they have that continuation being 1, 2, 3, and we'll break that down in a minute. If they are doing that to you and it's somehow, once again, pushing your will against your ability to express yourself vulnerably to them, that's toxic. If they're doing that, then you must respect their actions. And by respecting their actions, you ask yourself, do I accept what it is that they're doing to me? Yes or no? If you say no, then you say, hey, mom, hey, dad, I would like to talk. Whenever I come to you and I express myself in whatever method you express yourself, I feel as if, and it's okay to feel, you do not accept or understand or, think or feedback. I would like that. They don't have to give you shit, but you must be able to communicate to your significant other, mom or dad, whoever. You must be able to communicate to them to the best of your ability that what they're doing and how they're doing it and why they're doing it is affecting you. But this is not just to be like only on the bad things. Flip it around and also do this when they do things that are enjoyable. The more that you balance out that, not just saying happy stuff, I love, don't coddle the person. Be fair. Be fair to yourself. Be fair to them. Because if you're only saying the nice stuff, in their brain, what you're speaking to them accidentally, what you're speaking to them is that, and if you don't say something to whenever they do something unkind, what you're saying to their brain is that behavior is okay in my life and you can keep doing it over and over and over. Because you never said anything. It's like a child who's banging on your head. And if you don't say stop, the child gonna just keep banging your goddamn head. Bam, bam, bam. And they're going to keep doing it to their heart's content. And if they feel like doing it, they're going to come back and the next time because you never said stop. So if anybody in this world, not just your significant others or your mom or dad, if anybody's doing anything of that nature psychologically or physically or both, and you don't say anything to them, it's saying that it's okay to do this because you never said, hey, no, I'm not okay with that. Now, you now see that you cannot control them. You can only control yourself. And you've spoken up about how you feel of their actions whenever they do this thing to you. If they are continuously hurting you, my definition of continuously is this. We're in a relationship. You do something I don't like. I speak about it. You say, oh, my bad. I wasn't trying to hurt you. That's not a problem. No issue with me. It's cool. And then it happens again. But it doesn't just happen again. Like, it happens again and it's like even worse. And I'm just like, yo, that really bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's right. Now I'm looking at you weird. I'm looking at you all sideways. So I don't want that thing to happen again or whatever. And so the third time it happens, I know it's going to happen the fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. And so now you have to find a way to either live with that person in that action, because they're not changing. How do we know? Well, look at the past. You find a way to look at them. Good morning, baby. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah? I hit you. I'm on live right now. You need anything? I'm live right now.
No.
Say good morning, everybody. You're on live right now. I keep telling you that.
What?
You gonna say hi?
Good morning. Or good afternoon.
I think it just woke up. What was that name? And so you got to figure out a way to live with them doing that thing, or you don't live with them. And so you have to make that choice. And if they're willing to sit down and talk to you about whatever it is that they're doing that causes you to feel the way you feel or inspires you to feel the way you feel, then you have a chance at building the relationship to be stronger. Even if it's something in the past, this action doesn't have to be the last 5 seconds, and it doesn't have to be the last 5 years. It can be anything, and you can do this with anybody in your life. But with your family members, you must be able to give them that I'm unsafe. It doesn't have to, how some people's like, don't take the role of, look at me, I'm so sad. No, there's nothing more than saying that, hey, I'm not comfortable when you speak to me that way. And I can't control you. So can we find another method of communicating? How's texting? Letter writing? Maybe we'll do voice memos, whatever, but you try to find a way to help yourself be able to communicate your feelings, your emotions, how you see life and what have you. And so they utilize that in a loving way towards and helping the relationship build. And this is when we start understanding each other. But if they don't do that, y'all, then the last part is that you must learn how to be comfortable on walking away. And walking away means for the health of the relationship. If you are in a relationship and you know that this person is going to hurt you, is going to kill you, like they have been, and it's been persistent. Oh, by the way, there's relationships where people don't hurt people. There are relationships where people are not nasty to people. Until you see one of those, you're like, oh shit, that looks kind of, good. But you have to break that cycle. You must be able to retrain your own brain onto what you say love is. Toxic is the word we use, but you could say the bad stuff. The bad stuff that doesn't bring you joy, that doesn't fall into your alignment, doesn't inspire you to find your purpose if you haven't found your purpose already. And remember, no one can tell you that you found your purpose. They can suggest, they can feel like it is. But, you never know. Here I am thinking this is my purpose, and the purpose might lead me to this whole thing. I'm like, shit, I never saw that coming. But that's, such is life. And the people in your life, when it comes to your family members, when it comes to the stranger, this is you just sharing your love to those who are willing to accept your love without you having to change. Because you're not changing with people. You're evolving and growing with people. And the people that you evolve and grow with doesn't have to have this type of beat or, remember it's still a parent-child relationship. It's just the parent has more knowledge. The child has more knowledge, right? Resources might be different or what have you, but there's still an ability for the mother or the father or who have you to play that role despite the age of the child, right? And so that communication, it gets very interesting when you start healing yourself. You good, boy? You start healing yourself and are truly loving yourself, you start loving others. And you'll love others who say, can I have some of your love? You'll love those who genuinely, and not just, say, like legit can really, express. There's a difference as opposed to, you got child one who says, I want some cookies. You got child two who says, I really want some cookies. I want some chocolate chip cookies with the, and they start breaking it down. You be like, you really want some cookies, right? That's the difference when saying, now, I want to be in your life, to someone actually able to express that. It's a whole different, tastes a little different, tastes a little, little sugary. You can live that life. When you do that to yourself, you don't actually have toxic relationships. You see that everybody is part of this gorgeous process where they're growing. And it doesn't matter the role. Whether it's a child that you met for today, or, a friend that you haven't seen or heard from in a while, or new love, an ex, teachers, those relationships, right? Like it doesn't matter. And when you start doing that, it becomes almost like, this is the way I operate. This is the operating system for whatever your name is. And you don't have to change it. This is where you fit. You know it because you said it, and that's it. But I do hope that helps. When it comes to toxic families and toxic relationships across the board. And you can heal toxicity. I'm not gonna say it's not work, because what you do doesn't say that the person will get it that first time, right? It might take some time, a couple of conversations. Remember, because they were taught that behavior, right? When anybody's toxic, I realize that's a behavior they were taught. I'm not that special that you've never done that behavior before. You've done that before, right? That's not an accident. You've done that one before. And so I started to look at it in a way where like, oh, that's just the way they think that it's okay. I don't like that. And then you can express them. I ain't say you got to stop. I just say it doesn't bring me joy. It hurts. And the longer they take to understand that step, to make that active change to their subconscious, to say, I no longer don't want to do this, or I want to be the opposite of whatever that said issue is. And when they start subconsciously training their brain to make those changes inside themselves, then, like I said, if you want to be the relationship, whoever's being that said toxic person, you don't actually have to change. If they're paying attention, they'll say, I notice that whenever I sneeze, you respond a certain way. Like, yeah, I don't like sneezes. I'm like, oh, shoot, my silly, but I'm like, not a problem. Shit, I'll sneeze over there. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where you can't sneeze, but I'm using that as an example. When you're being so attentive to the relationship, where you see that your actions could be potentially triggering your significant other, that's a very interesting relationship. And if both partners are doing that, then you don't have to worry about who's loving who, because each person is loving each other to such a level. It's like you just can't miss. If that makes sense. My family are imploding and my father died. It's like they're all trying to become the void. Damn, Key. Yeah, I trust me, as soon as I get off, I got you, Key. Toxic to me is anything that makes my soul uneasy. I pray for my family. That makes me uneasy. Boundaries. I find it hard to express my feelings in situations. How do you do it? So when you're not taught to be vulnerable, it's very uncomfortable to even think yourself. You'll beat yourself up on a thought. You be like, oh, you'll say something like, man, she's pretty. Oh, man, I can never get no girl like that. Like, who the fuck says that shit? Right? Healthy minds don't say that. Right? If a child wants something, that's it. They want it. That's it. They don't think about why they can't get it. They're going to figure shit out. And so we have to get back to being able to express to ourselves what we like. And so for my clients, what I get them to do is write down the shit you do every day. And I look for certain things, right? And so when they tell me, and I was like, hey, do you like this? And usually I'd be like, yes, so you like that? You like, well, so try these things for the next week. And you start doing the things, and then you start having conversations like, how did you feel? It's almost like consciously, if you can see it, consciously you're taking baby steps on how to express yourself in these itty bitty small situations. But if you can't go to the candy store and get you a chocolate a chocolate candy bar and eat it without feeling guilt because if you are whatever said way, because of what society said it's gonna make you feel or look good or sexy, and the damn candy bar can bring you that much bliss, and you don't do it, that's why you can't express your feelings. Because we've been taught since the kids, don't touch that, leave that alone, sit down, stop, right? Why is it hard to express our feelings, ladies and gentlemen? Because we were taught not to since we were born. And so if you can't do that little simple ooh at the smallest, level in any situation outside of yourself, you'll stumble and it'll look like you're attacking people, right? Because when you're not vulnerable, it's just like, and so when you do say something, oh my gosh, it's like, damn, Kyle, calm down. Like, I'm sorry, my bad. I was trying to say something earlier. We didn't hear you, right? We didn't hear you. And so you have to learn how to take those baby steps, and you get that, right? When you feel that feeling to say something, as you start getting consciously stronger, you start to see it more and more and more and more. You appear to be more outspoken, and then after a while, you start learning things like spoken to, when if you only have nice things to say, like you start learning all types of cool shit when you really learn how to express your feelings. But for now, just write down the things you like to do and pay attention, right? Or just write down the things write down the things you do and write down the things you like to do, and see, does your daily life have any of the shit you say you like to do? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Something just that simple. What's up, Tots? What's up, Blue? Me personally, I'm scared to get close to someone. I'm sorry, love. Going through the heartache again. Don't want that no more. Heal yourself, queen. You good. Just remember who you are. What's up, Not Less? What's up, Viv? Thank you, Assassin. Communication is one thing. To comprehend what's being communicated is another. That is true. That is true. That's why I say effective. Effective communication is a different game. You can talk and I can talk, but you can talk a whole nother language. I be this motherfucker like, what? Yeah? Meta? You know what I'm saying? Right? But you can still communicate a lot more effectively with no words if you pay attention to one's body and energy than a single word. If you don't believe me, how do you raise children? What's up, One Night Star? I probably go live again. Yeah, probably one more time tonight. What's up, Mosley? How you doing, Queen? All the chocolate. What's going on, Matty Cakes? Give ourselves permission to get what we want. Yes. Permission to please yourself, to live life, to fucking try. But thinking that we also have grown and changed. We all think differently in love. Definitely, the communication is key. I cannot give someone a second chance. If you did it once, you may do it again. Each his own. There's other variables to each person. I've learned, giving somebody a million chance. When you learn how to do this thing I can do in my head, transmute, giving somebody a million chance to do something wrong does something far greater to your mind than you can understand. But it won't happen until that person experiences what has happened to them. When you do something, anything that many times, you actually master something at the same time, regardless if it's wrong or right. When I say stop fearing life, I mean stop fearing fucking life. No matter what you do, you learn something. And if you did something wrong for a million times, you mastered something that probably people can never understand, but it could also change the world. And then you say, how did you learn it? Say, I used to fuck up all the time. I mean, all the time. And now, right? Don't. You have to know your worth to see what you feel is worth to others, right? That's the difference to people who like stick it out and believe in it. And you learn how to be able to be that person, to do that through continuation and others' energy without having to put on a front or floss or be fake or what have you. Boundaries for me, once again, for toxic relationships, just understand it doesn't have to be for every single relationship. Some relationships are supposed to be boundless. So you think someone should get a second chance? All right, so here's my spiritual answer to second chances. The moment you meet someone, that's it. Every single moment you're supposed to have with that person happened the moment you saw me. The moment I came into existence into your life, you're going to reach whatever age. And you might know Kyle for this amount of time. You might know Kyle for whatever. And so I am what... Hold on. Kyle, let cuts out. So I'm one of those people that sees as soon as I see you, I know that we have a future beyond your imagination. Regardless if it was just you walking across this way as I was getting ready to park, or I met you when I was 2 and have no memory of you. Who's to say that I'll never meet these people again that did all this harmful things to me? And so as soon as you see a person, you only get that chance. And each chance is literally the same moment for each time you see or think of this person. You have attachment to the past. And so their actions will captivate you more so than their energy, when you should be able to read that energy from existence, literally, talk correctly. And as soon as they get funny, as soon as they get weird, you would rather make that decision. Nah, I'm sorry, I can't fuck with you. You'd rather have that decision in the beginning as opposed to going against that decision, go 10 years into a relationship and you be like, damn, I knew I should have not been fucking with you. Now you're going to be like, I'll probably never give nobody a chance. Now I'm just like, no, trust your energy. Because when you do something you want to do, remember, this goes in connection to doing something wrong for a million times and still learning how to master something. When you go at life and being in a relationship like that, you don't have to actually fear it when you live energetically. Like, this is how I feel. People might think you look stupid. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? We all look stupid doing something. Trust me. And so everybody's got something to say. And so when I live like that, I'm being loving, I'm being energetic, and I'm being just me, and the person might be uncomfortable, what have you. Or maybe they say something weird. I now learn how to speak up. Like, oh, you don't like that? Yeah, I'm not going to keep doing that. You know, I'm not going to keep staying here if this is going to purposely cause you to have a discomfort. I want to be around people that enjoys to be around me. I used to think I had to be around people who didn't enjoy being around me so they could tell me what the fuck to do. It was the weirdest thing. You take that element and live energetically. It doesn't matter when you meet a person. As soon as you see them, when you open up your eyes each day, that's the time and the chance you have with them. Outside of that, you missed your chance in the past. Sorry. And tomorrow's not promised. And so it's not so much as getting a second chance. It's understanding who you are and asking yourself if what you're doing to that person, said mom, dad, significant other, if it's adding value to their life. If not, then why are you in their life? And if they're adding value to your life, or if they're not adding value to your life and you haven't asked that question and had that discussion with them, then you're literally in hell. You're literally suffering. So, respect whoever it is. Each situation is different. I would tell you between a situation if you give a person a second chance or not, but context the details. But understand that every man and every woman that's ever been in your life, you didn't give them a second chance. They didn't come back. Y'all just didn't see that was just y'all story. Whether you like it or not, you're the creator of your story. You wanted to stop, say it. Stop. You wanted to continue, not have commitment to your heart, and your intuition would do these things to get you to listen until you learn that fucking lesson. But, to each his own. Does that make sense? I have to repeat that. This is what I heard you say. Given up for correction or affirmation. I often repeat. This is what I heard you say. Given for correction or affirmation. Got you. No, that's right. You can build your own method when it comes to be, effectively communicating, is being able to speak your language, heart, your what have you to anybody. I'm telling you, man, you could take somebody with no ability to communicate to you verbally. And I learned that from living in Korea, and have clear communications. It's weird, but you can do it when you, especially when you're hungry. You'll find a way to talk. What's up, Lacey? Oh, well, now I can breathe. You just don't know how much. Recharge me. Good. That's what's up, Divine. How you doing today? There is one toxic person in my family that tries to be the center of attention. Then let them be the center of attention, unless it's causing harm to them or to anyone else. Let people be people. Man, if we could learn anything, bro, that would be dope. As soon as they act funny, respect that shit. I never not respect. Okay, I'm lying. I never not respected anymore, right? Like I used to. And as soon as you get funny, right? And I don't just be like, I'm out, right? I'll literally talk like, hey, you good? We'll go through, right? And that's it. You can trust that. If the person is who they are, then they'll speak and they'll give the energy, and then you make your decision, and right? You respect each other's desires to be who they are, as long as it doesn't hurt you or anyone else. And if you really love them, shit, support what it is they want to do. They want to be the center of attention, give them a chance to throw a party next time. Learn how to hear what it is they're asking for and look at it with love and compassion. And be like, you know what? I got it. Hey, you want to set up a family reunion? They'll be like, yeah, I should do this. I should do this. I should do this. We're going to do this. And no harm to no one. And boom, just like that, they're happy. I feel the same way, fresh air. Yeah. Boundaries. Hey, Steph. Nothing much, just running my mouth. Hey, Miss D. Appreciate it, Miss Cat. Me Cat. I felt so great with him in the beginning. So the energy was awesome. Still become toxic. Man, so remember, anything you've ever felt that you say is not good to you, that in a repetitive fashion is toxicity. All right, so I had a friend who just didn't like people smacking, and I put her up on game, and I was just like, got a whole, like its own game, like mukbang game, right? And so I learned it from Korea. And so she was just like really, and it was such a learning lesson. I don't think it really helped, but it was such a learning lesson, is that as I was eating it, she was like really getting angry. And I was just like, I'm not stopping smacking if it brings you to that much anger. This is me just one of all the shit I can do, all the million of things I could do. This annoys you that bad? This ain't gonna work. But, and I got her to see there was this whole community that enjoys this, right? And so she couldn't see how in my head I'm just looking at you like, if I wanted to be with somebody, I didn't give a damn if they took their tongue and stuck it in their nose and looked in their eyeballs like some animal while they ate. I'd be like, yo, that's pretty interesting. Nah, I don't want no kiss. That's pretty, right? But that one thing that she said she didn't like, whether we see it as real or not, just understand and apply this to anything in your life. That one thing that she said she didn't like, in a repetitive fashion, it's abuse. That, ladies and gentlemen, is toxicity. And it happens all the time because we're taught not to say, ouch. Not to say, hey, you're situation of who you are disturbs me. Your existence, that thing you do, yeah, that thing you've been doing all your life, I need you to stop that right now. So I can be with you. What? No. Right? And so you have to understand and pay attention to these things. Right? For me, what ended up happening, started talking about, why I was smacking, a whole bunch of other stuff. But I need you to understand that for you identifying what is toxic, be able to communicate like how I was trying to get her to see. Because in a loving relationship, in a healthy relationship, the answer would have been more so of, damn, you're right. There's a whole gang out there. Yeah, you hang around them, so you're just going to hit everybody, huh? So we got a whole table of people are smacking. You're just going to shoot everybody just because we smacking. Yeah, this relationship clearly ain't going to work. And so you learn how. Yes? Can you go, again, a decision to decide to change for the better is really key to happiness. Can you go, again, a decision and decide to change for the better is really key to happiness. You lost me, Key. I would try to let you join me or any other person. Once again, all energetically. This is how I see a lot of different things. And you'll see patterns. Like when somebody's being in an abusive situation, well, I won't get into that. There are ways to know. And there's ways to see its authenticity. You can see it. It could be something simple and, maybe she got yelled at when she was younger for smacking. So now it's become into her head, no smacking. And, right? Pretty basic for. But you hear the background story and then they get to make the changes if they want to be in that person's life. You don't have to accept me and I don't have to accept you. But I accept you not liking me smacking. Right? I accept that. But if this is going to bring that much anger, then I don't think this is really going to make this relationship, flow. Yes, when you constantly give and pour out, you need some air. Nothing grows in comfort zone. I've heard that before, but I'm not so sure no more. Nothing grows in comfort zone.
I'm trying to connect.
Clearly, I'm trying to connect. Dan, that's pretty scary because I'm looking for something and I'm not so sure anymore there, Red Cloud. There's growth to comfort. There's a power to emptiness. To a mother's womb that has no child, to space and its vastness, right? To be somewhere empty to some people is uncomfortable, but if you ever want growth, learn how to be comfortable in what people call uncomfortable, and you'll see that it actually does grow. Does that make sense? Spiritualists, mystic philosophers, spiritual psychologists need each other to get fed. Yes, okay. That's what's up. Dang. Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry about that, love. I am. Just yeah, well, you still have to make your decision. So yeah, some people you just can't. Hey, man, you got it. When I say respect people, some people just nasty. So you respect that they nasty, then you ain't got to worry about their company. You won't put yourself in that position fucking with them because then you'll be all sitting there trying to adjust stuff and make plans and figure shit out. You be at home watching TV. Don't do it to yourself. Trust your instincts, learn that toxic pattern or what have you. Know what it is you like. Learn acceptance towards yourself. Offer yourself to others. Feel comfortable. Know your worth. Don't fear shit. Let people be people. You offer love. They give love back. Not in expectation because of existence. If they give you something less than love, you can say, no, thank you. I appreciate it. And chunk the deuce and keep it moving. But you don't have to, you don't have to, if you can, balance, all of it, if you will. I just only worry about my high frequency of happiness, and if you want to bring me down. Yeah, I noticed it in myself. They're divine. It's just kind of, and I ain't fight. I just observe. Like, I don't feel like creative bug, and then I do this thing where I'm like, why don't I feel like being creative? And I'm like, what do I feel like doing? And then I go from there. Hey Sharon, what's up, Momo? Appreciate the follow, Jason. 101s. Check out the bio, right? Shoot me a DM. I got you, Key. I'm about to get off. We'll do some meditation later tonight. And Fiverr.com. T-shirts. And YouTube. Yes. And ring the bell notifications for, man, I've noticed that I've been getting messages from other people saying that I haven't been getting your notifications, or what was another one? Oh, I haven't been seeing your videos. And so I thought I was tripping. I was just like, all right, whatever. And then I started seeing people talking about it. And I was like, yeah, like people are not getting their notifications. And I don't know what's going on with TikTok. But yeah, so if you've been a part of that, I do apologize. How can you try and bring family together with toxic people, with a toxic person? Remember, Key, to respect people for who they say they are. All right, so let's say so many variables, right? So you say, how can you try and bring family together with a toxic person? Is this toxic person already part of the family? Are they a child, right? Where is this toxic behavior coming from? Short answer is to love the person, but is this your significant other? Is this, an abused kid? Is this, the list goes on. And so you love that person by paying attention to them like a child who cannot speak, like a day one infant. And you watch that child. And you watch that person and you pay attention to see, what could you do to potentially, offer a greater increase in life for them. You know how we sit down and they say meditate, kind of pay attention and focus. It's the same thing when in people's lives. You see what I'm saying? When you're sitting there and you're just kind of, right? Or they sleep. Are they comfortable? When's the last time they ate? Right? You break it down. Don't over process it. Humans, people, we all want that, those basics. And depending on the age of that person or that individual, you are able to assess and assist them a whole lot better. Does that make sense? I don't know what's going on here. Not a problem. Nothing less. How old is she, Key? Yep. That's exactly where I'm going, Viv. I got you, Key. I'm gonna shoot you a message. We got about 3 more minutes. Bro, I hope that helped. Brigitte, I don't know if you're still on there, King. Okay. All right. like I said, there's other questions I would ask. Are there any challenges or any mental issues? Has she been abused? What's her past look like? Is are there things going on where she doesn't feel like she can be comfortable? Is she in an abusive relationship? There's a whole list of stuff going on, that I would have to, right? So, but short answer, pay attention. Find ways to, right? Maybe she likes a certain type of candy. When's the last time she had flowers sent to her? When's the last time she had a letter? When's the last time you went on a walk with her? Right? And it's just, kind of off the top of my head, if that makes sense. Hey, Stacy. I'm good. When my kids talk bad about someone, I always put myself in this situation. I like that. I didn't teach, I didn't teach my children that when they were younger. No? Maybe my 10-year-old. But my older, I didn't teach him that when I was younger. I wish I'd have known that. All right, y'all. I love you, Key. I love you, Viv. Sniper, I love you. Victoria, I love you. JD, I love you. Stephanie, I love you. Tawanda, I love you. Stacy, I love you. Leslie, I love you. Jason, I love you. Equina, if you're still in there, I love you. I say yes. I love you to Stacy. The names, I don't know if y'all know this. If you ever look, like, you'll see somebody's name and then you go over here and then the name is different. So sometimes, I don't feel like I say I love you, but then I realize I say I love you twice. So I love you all 2 times. If I loved you once, I love you again. I love you once, so I don't ever have to love you again. All right, y'all, be easy. I'm gonna wait for the comments to load. Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate it, Viv. All right, love. All right, Sniper, y'all be easy. Take care. I'll talk to y'all later.